at that point.
I understand.
Okay, so we can drag this out and we can keep arguing, or I can get to work, get you a ticket, and get you on your ride.
What if we both agree that neither one of us wants a ticket?
At this point, I've seen what I've seen. I've seen the evidence. You're adamant that you asked for a ticket, and now because you're getting one, you want him to get out of it.
Right.
No, you're both getting one today.
Okay.
So if you'll just wait over on the sidewalk.
Oh, come on, man. I was the victim here.
Right. You don't get to open their door.
I didn't open his door.
You did 3 times.
No, he was trying to close his door.
You're not. You're not going anywhere until the police come.
He closed it because you kept opening it.
The incident, often referred to as the Park City cyclist versus driver confrontation, is a widely circulated example of how quickly everyday road interactions can escalate into viral conflicts. It involved Gary Peacock, an older cyclist, and Pierce Kempton, a young driver, and took place in Park City on September 28, 2024. At its core, the situation began as a routine passing maneuver. The driver overtook the cyclist on a public road. However, the cyclist believed the pass was unsafe and too close, which triggered a strong emotional reaction. Instead of ending on the road, the conflict escalated when the cyclist followed the driver into a parking lot, confronted him directly, and prevented him from leaving by opening the car door. The entire encounter was captured on video and quickly spread across social media platforms, turning a local dispute into a nationally discussed road rage case, often labeled more specifically as bike rage. The footage sparked intense debate about road safety, personal responsibility, and emotional control in traffic situations.
Yes, sir.
Did you see me?
Pulled off to the side, I did. I have it on dash cam.
Good. You see how close you came to me? You know what the law is?
I did not.
It's 3 feet.
I was.
No, you weren't.
Okay.
You want to check your dash cam?
Yeah,
Go ahead and
I have
check
a dash cam.
Check it. What's your name? Last name.
You don't need that.
What's your last name?
You don't need my last name. I don't need an ID.
Plate.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna call the police then.
Why? I have it on dash cam. You're weird.
Fine.
I'm gonna go skate.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not going anywhere until the police come.
Dude, stop.
No, you're a fucking...
Dude, literally stop.
No, I'm calling the police and you're not leaving. You're not leaving. You're not leaving.
Bro's got his fucking hands on me and stuff.
Yeah, guy won't leave because of the police.
Look at this dude. What are you doing? Why are you so cranky?
I'm calling the police.
Dude, why are you so cranky?
No, you're not going anywhere.
Oh my God.
You're not going anywhere.
I don't want to be aggressive with you, dude.
You already are. You pushed into me. I asked you to wait. You didn't wait.
I didn't push into
you. Did.
You.
All right. Are you separate sides of the parties?
Yes.
Okay, if you'll stand over there by those
I'm
cars.
a complaining party.
Fantastic.
Can I tell you what happened?
Fantastic. Will you go stand over there for a second?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Over by the cars. I don't want you guys in earshot of each other because it just amps things up.
Don't let him leave. You tried to leave already.
Sir, I'm right here. Thank you. 3K27, copy of plate. Tango 953 Kilo Golf. All right, do you have some ID on you?
I do, sir.
Negative, I'm code 4. How about you? Were you involved whatsoever?
I literally just came here. We were going to skate.
Okay. All right. Let me go talk to him, find out what his complaint is, and I'll come back and talk to you, okay? You're not free to leave at this point.
I won't leave.
Okay.
And then, as far as my ID goes, are you going to identify me to him?
No, this is for you to identify to me.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Nope. Okay, my first responsibility is to get everyone away so it doesn't keep amping up.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So I get you're the complainant, but he's standing at his car with his door open.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let him leave.
He tried to leave.
I know, but I'm here.
Okay, fine.
And so for you to get a little upset with me and tell me...
I'm sorry, I was just walking away. I wanted to make sure you heard me. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry I yelled.
Okay. You have some ID on you.
Yeah.
So what happened?
What happened is I'm just riding my bike in the bike zone right here, and this guy comes within, a foot of me. This total, I ride my bike for 30 years. I know when somebody either doesn't see me or is trying to, or doesn't care. So he pulled into this parking lot. So I came by and I said, did you see me? And he says, well, I saw you on the right. And I said, well, you were too close to me. No, I wasn't. He says he has a dash cam.
Okay.
So you should take, he said he was recording it. I doubt if he was, but you can, did he mention that he had a dash cam?
I haven't even talked to him yet.
Okay, fine. So then I came over and I said, what's your name?
Try.
He said,
I
John.
get it's emotional.
Okay, it is. John. He said, I said, what's your last name? I'm not going to tell you. I said, well, I have your license plate. Dude, I'm leaving. I'm going to the skate park. And I said, no, you're not leaving. I'm calling the police. He said, I'm leaving. And he tried to push me out of the car. I pushed him back to try to keep him in the car. But he tried to get out of the car. I said, no, you're not getting out of the car. So the police came. So you came, and then this other guy comes, and he's standing here, and these two are, you know, they're obviously friends. So I'm getting more and more concerned that there's two teenagers here, and me alone. I'm 73 years old, okay? But, yeah, so that's everything that happened. The guy, I thought he was too aggressive.
Okay.
On the road, and then he wouldn't give me his name.
Okay. Well,
I was going to report him to the police.
I understand
If he just
that.
gave me his last name and his license, I would have just reported
So
him. But
he's
tried to
not
leave.
obligated to give his information to you. He is obligated to give them to me.
Okay.
If I'm able to determine a crime. Okay.
Well, I'm making
So,
a complaint that he was within
and
3 feet of me.
Just hang.
Okay.
Don't fight me on this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the information.
Yes.
And I'm explaining why he might not want to give his information to you,
Okay.
who's upset. Obviously, if he cut that close to you, by all means, you'd be upset. But don't come over here and instigate a fight. If you get his plate number, and we can track him down like it's nobody's business.
Well,
okay.
I don't believe that's ever going to happen, but it could happen. But I'm just saying, generally, you guys are going to say, no way to prove that he was 3 feet in front of you or close to you. Sorry, we can't do anything.
You're right. It is difficult to prove because I wasn't there to witness
So
it.
that's why I wanted
it's
you
your
here.
witness. I understand that. But if you start a fight over something that happened out there, you're now to blame on that.
I didn't start a fight. I just kept him from trying
I'm just
to
saying. You said
Do I
you
have
said
a right to keep him to leave when I believe that he had a criminal traffic violation?
traffic is not criminal. It's an infraction. It's not
Okay,
criminal.
but I don't have the right to keep him here?
No. You call us and we do that.
Well, I did, but he was leaving.
But you let him leave because
Okay.
it's not worth. If it starts getting physical, then what? I have to assume worst case situation.
Then he goes to jail for hitting me.
Unless you started it, then you go to
Well,
jail.
I didn't hit him.
So you already told me that you kind of. He was
pushed
trying to
him.
leave you, and that
I
right
kept
there.
him from leaving the
you
car.
can't touch
but
him.
he was touching me also.
Okay. I'm only going off of what you've told me.
I'm standing in front of the door, and he's trying to push me through like this. And I'm telling, no, you're not leaving. So
So
ask him if he tried to leave when I was in front of the door. Okay, go ahead.
Hang tight. I get you're upset. You're directly involved. Emotions are high.
Yeah, but what can we do about this kind of case where a teenage driver is being negligent and can kill somebody? There are people killed in Park City every year from negligent drivers, and I've been hit by a car twice already.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, I'm very sensitive.
Okay.
I'm just riding my bike. I don't want any trouble, but when
Do you want me to just let you vent, or do you
No, go ahead.
want an answer to your question?
I would like to know what you can do about this. Can I make a lodge a complaint against him?
Absolutely. You already did.
But what
You
can
did, and I'm here.
But then what?
You come here, you get his license plate,
Yeah,
and you say, "Don't leave. I have the cops coming."
yeah,
And if he leaves, so what? Because I will go find him.
okay.
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 I know you
I
don't
didn't know
believe that.
Well, I didn't know that. But okay.
I told you that just a minute ago, and you're like, and I don't
didn't know
believe
it at
that.
the time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's the better way, rather than coming here and adding to the situation.
I didn't have his license plate. There's no way for me to get his
Well-
license plate.
You drove in here, right?
Yes, but
And that's
generally
when you
they
got
just
it.
drive off.
Okay. Once he drives off, you're
I
right.
just want to admonish him for coming too close to me.
Okay.
And
Well,
he
that's not
started-
your job. Okay. And I know, and Trust me. I feel
Do
you.
you ride a bike?
Absolutely.
A road bike?
Absolutely. I feel you.
And what
I
happens when somebody almost hits you?
Okay, do you want to vent or do you want...
I'm just asking questions.
I know. I'm trying. You asked me, what do I do? And I'm trying to tell you how we want you to handle it.
Yes.
Because I don't want to come out here and have a fight or worse, a murder because he doesn't like your aggressive tone. We have a case in Wasatch right now about road rage where a guy is dead. Is it worth being a close call and you end up dead here because he does something? I'm not saying he's going to. That's the worst case that I come looking for.
But let me ask you this.
So no. I want you to answer my question for a second.
Yeah.
Is it worth it being dead over proving a point because you want to admonish him?
Is it?
No.
It's not worth being dead.
Perfect.
I agree. But however, are we going to just let people that have any kind of infraction, you call it an infraction, just go and do it again unless somebody reprimands them or somebody...
Do you want me to arrest him?
Can he be arrested?
Do you want me to arrest you off his statement?
No.
You wouldn't appreciate that, right?
No.
So we have to operate on evidence.
Right.
And I get that it's very tricky.
Well, he has evidence because he recorded it.
I get and I'm going to ask. I haven't even talked to him yet.
Okay.
Because you were so worked up, I wanted to get his ID and then come over here and talk to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here to calm down.
I'm here in the middle of this trying to sort it out, and all you want me to do is arrest him and take him to jail.
I want him. I was hoping he'd
off
get it.
Your word alone.
Yeah, and I'd be willing to come to court and have somebody listen to my side and his side and decide.
And there's a time and a place, but here in the parking lot's not the time or the place.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and I get that oftentimes they just keep driving and you can't get their license plate. But where you did,
yeah,
you saw him pull in here?
Only times I've ever been able to catch somebody that has been unsafe.
So don't add fuel to the fire. The fire already happened, and it's still burning, and it's hot. It's in your heart, and you want you want justice.
My adrenaline's flowing. You know,
call us.
I'm trembling because the police are here.
Even if he leaves,
yeah.
So be it. Have you just let him? He parked. Cool. Typically, people go to a parking lot. They're not going anywhere for a minute. Right in here. Remember which car it is. Let him go about his business.
Okay.
And get his plate and let us come here instead of run another domestic over here, and then I get a report of a fight happening.
Yeah.
And so I have to now put my guys in a very vulnerable state, leaving them in the middle of a potential fight to come to another potential fight that doesn't necessarily need to be a fight.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want to tell you one more fact.
Okay.
When I went up to his window, he wouldn't roll his window down.
I wouldn't either.
Why not? I'm just knocking on the window. I want to talk to you.
To know that I just had an involvement with someone who I know is going to be unhappy with me?
Yes. So then that's
why would I?
Because that's what I'm saying is that is a tiny, tiny piece of evidence that says that he knew that he did something wrong.
No.
If he wouldn't roll down the window.
That doesn't count as evidence.
It's not evidence, but it's an indication.
So, and
it's an inference.
If someone just happens to walk...
Circumstance.
I get it. It's all encompassing, but he's not obligated. And because he doesn't want to talk to you, doesn't mean that he's guilty of all sorts of crimes. It means you have already said that you're pretty worked up about it.
I am.
Is it fair to say you're probably worked up at his window?
Yeah, because he wouldn't roll down his window.
Why would you? If someone comes to your door and is knocking on your door and you can see them visibly worked up, are you going to open that door for them?
Not the door, but I'd roll down my window.
Okay.
I have rolled down my window.
Okay, I've watched people get punched for doing that.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't fault him for...
Park City, but okay. We're pretty safe here.
Until someone's aggressive.
Well, yeah, but... Okay.
We got a guy dead over in Wasatch for,
I know.
I'm assuming, the same thing. Just roll down the window.
Yeah.
Well, why did...
That's not evidence. Sorry, but that's
right.
True.
But it's part of the situation. It's not evidence of the crime, but it's evidence for the fuel on the fire.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't fault anyone for wanting to stay safe when someone else is, no, I'm just going to sit here in my car. And had you just said, cool, hang tight, I'm going to have the cops come. No, I'm going to leave. Cool, I got your plate number. They're going to come find you.
Right away, gets his phone out. Then he says, I recorded everything on my camcorder, and I didn't come close to you, and blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, yeah, okay.
Okay.
You have any more questions?
Hang tight for a second.
Yeah.
Let me go talk to him,
Okay.
see what he's got, and I'll see if he'll share that dash cam with me if it
Okay.
exists. All right?
Go ahead.
But I also don't want you communicating back and forth because it just, like I said, it amps things up.
Okay.
All right?
He has my name. I'd like to have your name. His name.
You can. We'll get that here in a minute. Did you
Okay.
give him your name?
When I called the police, they asked for my name. And you heard
Okay. That's fine. That he's not obligated to give his name to you. He's obligated to give it to me.
that. Okay, can
So-
you give it to me?
I will not give it to you because he's asked me not to.
He did? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because you're so adamant about wanting his name,
Yeah.
he doesn't want you to have it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is a part of the report.
So then I can later, can I call the district attorney and press charges? Is this,
So
to press charges over? I know it's a small
this,
incident, but
well, and here's the thing.
yeah.
People don't press charges. I don't press charges.
Mm-hmm.
There is the law, and I provide that information to the attorneys, and then it's determined unless I make an arrest off of probable cause, which just one side of the story very rarely is probable cause, where there's no obvious injuries, it's your word that he was 3 feet versus
He has the camcorder, which he says he does. Let's look at it. You can look at it.
absolutely.
Go ahead.
I already told you I was gonna ask for it.
Okay.
So you can request the report, absolutely, and his name is part of that report.
Oh, fantastic.
But with that, you can't reach out to him, you can't contact
Of course
him,
not.
and
but
it's
if something happens, I want to know if something happens to my house or my car.
well, he's just as concerned.
yeah. Well,
Okay, it's a two-way street.
Yeah. Check my police record. I don't know what his police record's
Well,
like. but-
I don't know either of you, so I'm going to
Yeah.
treat you the same. So
Okay.
I'm going to offer him the same respect that I've offered you.
Thank you. Thanks
And
for
I'm-
diffusing the situation.
I'm not going to try and automatically throw everyone in cuffs,
Okay.
because that doesn't make people cooperate together. All right, I've learned that 20 years in this. It's easier when people are volunteering information than being forced to give information. So walk me through what happened.
Okay. I was coming to the skate park, and right at that bus stop area, I was passing this gentleman, and from my understanding and by the looks of it, he was kind of stepping off of, like, I guess, like, kind of leaning. I don't really know how to explain it. It felt like as if he was, like, departing from his bicycle by, like, the crosswalk here. And so I felt like I had enough room to pass him. I have a dash cam as well.
Okay.
And then I pull into this lot, park here, and I notice in, like, my rear view mirror, he's, like, biking next to me. I was like, oh, like, did I do something? He, like, hits my window. He's like, roll down your window. And so I was like, okay, this might be a problem. So I felt a little unsafe, just started recording, just not to, like, raise, I guess, tension, but
Sure.
more so just to kind of, like, hey, sorry, it's, like, really blank.
Nope, you're
Yeah,
good. Here,
stand, like,
if we go over here, that way you're not staring into the sun.
okay, cool. So then I just started recording because I was like, he already hit my window. I don't want him to, like, damage my property. And so I just started recording, and I rolled down my window to talk to him, and he's, like, telling me to get out, and that I almost hit him. And I said, I'm sorry, or I guess we'll see what I said in the video.
Yeah.
I was, like, a little nervous. And so then I was like, he's like, get out. And I was like, I'm just trying to go skate. And so I roll up my window, he, like, opens my door, and then I'm just like, dude. And then I was like, stop. And then I try to close my door, he opens it again. I close it, he opens it one more time, and so I try to stand up, but he put his hand on me, trying to, like, maybe, like, have me stay sitting down, but, like, leave the door open. But I stood up anyway, and then he's, like, pressing me into my car, and I was like, can I have some space, please? And then he was talking, like, did you, like, not see me over there? You were really close. Do you know the laws? Like, 3 feet minimum. He's just very aggressive, kind of like, all right, let's, like, I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to sue you, or lawsuit,
Yeah.
get you arrested. I was like, all right, I'm sorry. And I was like, I don't want to get physical. Like, but if I was like, can I have my space? And then he was like making sure my door was open and stuff, and I was like, can we like separate like some space here?
And you have that all in recording?
I have it on my phone. I can show you. I have it on my dash cam as well.
If I could get both of those, that'll help me kind of understand exactly what, because he's saying you were on the other side. Just the second you pulled in, you were trying to leave.
Okay. I mentioned I was gonna skate. I don't know if you want to see it now, but I just basically have the whole like altercation.
Okay. Sign his citation that you were present for it, and then I'm going to issue you one for disorderly conduct as well. So if you'll just hang tight over on the sidewalk over there.
Then I won't press charges.
It's too late.
Why am I getting, for what?
Because you were aggressive to him.
Yes, I was, but he was trying to leave.
Okay, go wait over there. I'll explain it here in a second.
Can't we just?
Nope.
Oh, come on, man. I was the victim here.
All right, watch out. We can go a different way, and you can be arrested for disorderly conduct. That's an arrestable offense.
What kind of disorderly conduct is it?
You opened his door 3 times. Okay? He doesn't have to get out of his car for you. He doesn't have to identify for you. You are not law enforcement. You don't get to come out here and enforce things. You call us and let us do it.
Okay.
He didn't say he was going to leave in his vehicle. He's like, I'm here to skate. I'm going to go skate. He didn't believe he did anything wrong. He's going to provide me the dash cam.
Okay.
He showed me the recording, and you were the aggressive one, not him.
Yes, because he...
Yes, and you don't get to be aggressive with people like that.
Okay.
That's disorderly. That's why you are getting a citation as well.
Why is it too late? What does it mean? What does it mean, disorderly? Do I have to go to court for this? You're kidding me.
Yeah. You were adamant that this, and you were the one causing the stir here.
What if I apologize?
It's too late. I've already seen the evidence. I am obligated.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay. So if you'll wait over here on the sidewalk.
I've got to be kidding me. What can we do to resolve this? I mean, this is
not act like that in the future.
Okay,
is how we can.
I understand.
And it's not going to fix today, but it's going to fix the future.
I am going to Portland tomorrow.
That's fantastic. I'm going to issue. You're not going to jail. You're getting a citation, so you get to deal with it on your own time. You sort that out between you and the court.
Is he coming to court?
Yeah, because he's getting a ticket too.
What's he getting a ticket for?
I'm going to give him a ticket.
For what?
For the violation that you swear up and down that he did. On your word.
Okay, what if we just...
Nope.
What if we just resolve this?
You asked for it over there. He showed me evidence. He's going to provide me the evidence of that. It's either going to substantiate it or discredit it. And his ticket may or may not go away based on that. Yours, however, I have evidence of.
So I'm going to have is this a misdemeanor?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have a misdemeanor on my
Yes, because
record.
of your behavior.
Because I got hot?
Yes.
And that's justifiable?
Yes. Absolutely.
Look,
you don't get to demand people's names. You don't get to demand that they don't go anywhere. You don't get to open their door.
I didn't open his door.
You did 3 times.
No, he was trying to close his door.
He closed it because you kept opening it.
Yeah,
I watched the video of it.
Because I was talking to him.
No, you're not. He's under no obligation to you.
I don't know.
You should know that.
If he has
do I get to just walk up to your door and start yelling at you?
People do.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to. That's disorderly conduct. That's absolutely disorderly.
Because
that's unreasonable.
Argument?
No, because you think you have the right to do that. And I'm here to protect his rights as much as I'm here to protect your rights.
Angry.
Which, yes.
But you could.
You need to control your temper at that point.
I understand.
Okay?
I understand.
So we can drag this out and we can keep arguing, or I can get to work, get you a ticket, and get you on your ride.
What if we both agree that neither one of us wants a ticket?
At this point, I've seen what I've seen. I've seen the evidence. You were adamant that you asked for a ticket, and now because you're getting one, you want him to get out of it.
Right.
No, you're both getting one today.
Okay.
So, if you'll just wait over on the sidewalk.
In the aftermath of the incident, the situation ultimately turned against the cyclist despite his initial claims of being in the right. After aggressively confronting the 22-year-old driver, opening his car door, physically stopping him from leaving, and repeatedly insisting that he had more rights on the road, the cyclist himself ended up facing the more serious consequence when police arrived. Authorities issued him a $160 fine for disorderly conduct, recognizing that his behavior, blocking the driver, escalating the confrontation, and making physical contact, crossed the line from a safety complaint into unlawful and aggressive conduct. Although the driver was initially cited for passing too closely, further review of the evidence, especially the recorded footage, led to that citation being dismissed, effectively clearing him of wrongdoing. Meanwhile, the cyclist later admitted that he had lost his temper and acknowledged that the driver became the subject of his wrath due to frustration built up from previous encounters with other motorists. Although both Gary Peacock and Pierce Kempton were initially cited at the scene, a closer review of the footage led authorities to reassess the circumstances. The driver's citation for passing too closely was ultimately dismissed after it was determined that he had, in fact, moved over appropriately while overtaking the cyclist. In contrast, the cyclist faced consequences for his actions after the encounter escalated, specifically for confronting the driver, opening the vehicle door, and preventing him from leaving, which fell under disorderly conduct. He later accepted the penalty and acknowledged that he had lost his temper. Beyond the legal outcome, the incident sparked widespread online debate, dividing public opinion between those who sympathized with cyclist safety concerns and those who criticized the aggressive response. The viral nature of the video amplified the situation far beyond its local context, turning it into a broader example of how quickly emotions on the road can escalate and how critical recorded evidence has become in determining accountability. Ultimately, the case underscores that while initial actions on the road matter, it is often the reaction to those actions that carries the most significant consequences.